It's the Binge Bum Podcast. Whoa, it's time to talk about our favorite shows from all the streaming networks all across the globe, from Netflix to Hulu to Disney Plus and HBO. Get ready for fun and lots of show reviews. It's Binge Bum coming to you.
It's another Friday, January 29th, episode 4 of the Binge Bum Podcast.
Hi, Dale. How are you?
Hey, I was going to wonder if we were going to do an introduction. They should know us by now, I think, right?
Everyone knows who we are.
After the fourth season, the fourth episode.
I don't know. I wish this was our fourth season. No, there could be people out there who've never tuned in. This could be their first time.
Yeah, well, I've dubbed ourselves the Q Crew.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering where that came from. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's fun. It's hard to say, but...
And you got those really cool little animations of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on YouTube.
Is it on the Facebook? On the website too?
No, not yet.
Get it up there, dude. Hey, some really great breaking news, but this news also means that we have to wait even longer.
Yeah.
Grace and Frankie, the really big hit for Netflix. It's a sitcom starring Jane Fonda and... the President of the United States.
Yeah, all those people.
All those people. What is wrong with you? Why isn't it written down here
I
what
don't
their
know,
names are?
because I just figured you knew.
Lily Tomlin.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those
the guy
are the
from
two main-
Law and Order.
Yeah, those are the two
Okay.
main ones.
Damn it. Martin Sheen.
That's it. There
See,
we go.
they're slowly coming to me.
We'll get them.
Anyway, they will not be going back to start filming their 7th and final season until early June. Basically because... all these actors who have the lead roles on the show are in their 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So it's just not safe for them to go back. So they are in an abundance of precautions. They're
Precautions?
an abundance of caution. Yeah. It's fine. At least they'll be healthy, right?
Yeah.
What that probably means is we probably won't get to see the premiere of the 7th season until... probably 2022.
Likely.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to throw it together that fast and have it out in the fall.
Right.
So it's probably looking like next spring for the final season of Grace and Frankie. And actually, they've said, Lily Tomlin has said, I don't know why I agreed that this would be the last. I'm loving it, and I would do it forever.
Oh,
so I don't know.
Nice.
Maybe they can reverse course, right?
Really?
It is one of their best rated shows.
It's one of their top shows.
And it's funny as hell.
Yeah. Well, hey, get this. Modern Family has finally found a streaming home. Beginning February 3rd, all 250 episodes.
It goes on forever.
Yeah, will be available on both Hulu and Peacock. I suspect that's the reason because, for one, it's they have interest in. There's still multiple networks that have interest in Hulu.
Yeah, I guess,
Disney got out.
Right, so Modern Family was a Disney ABC production, right? Or at least it was on ABC for its entire run.
Right.
So why is it showing up on Peacock? That doesn't make sense to me.
Don't know.
I wonder.
The Hulu makes sense. The Peacock does not.
Yeah, maybe it was a Universal show. Could that be it? Could we have done more research?
Possibly. I just thought it was weird and went with it.
Yeah, we'll look that up. Well, at least that gives people two options to watch those shows, and they're great shows.
Hey, some other news coming up on the heels. We've talked about this, I believe, either a couple of episodes ago. Apple TV got, big start Justin Timberlake for their new film Palmer.
Right.
It looks like they've got another A-lister to come and do another film. Taron Egerton or Taron Egerton?
Taron. I think it's Taron.
Taron or Taron. Anyway, the guy Rocket Man, the Kingsman franchise.
Oh, he was so good in Kingsman.
Yeah, is set to star in a new film with Apple TV Plus called In With the Devil, based on a novel of the same name.
I like it.
Yeah, there's not much detail. What I could pull about, it's about two prisoners and kind of the links that people will go to kind of seek redemption. Reading about this, and you wouldn't know, you didn't watch, you're not a big true crime person anyway. It reminds me a lot of Netflix's Mindhunters. That was a show kind of based on how the BAU, which Criminal Minds was all about, how it started. And it was loosely based on true events.
Nice.
This kind of gives me that same sort of feel.
Cool. Well, we'll look forward to that. Do you know when it's going into production?
No, because it was just announced.
Just announced that
so
he's signed on.
I suspect that it's not going to happen for a while.
Right.
This will be a 2022 film too.
Well, he's cool. He's also on the short list to replace Daniel Craig in the James Bond movies.
I heard
So
that,
it's very
but
possible.
nothing's been definitive on that too.
No.
Because isn't this next movie whatchamacallit's last?
It
one?
is Daniel Craig's last movie, but they have been very adamant that they will not announce a new James Bond until after No Time to Die comes out. So,
well, the person should definitely be British.
yeah, well, I think so too, because the character of James Bond in the novels was a British guy.
Right.
So I think, or no, well,
And Daniel Craig is fed up with it, right? Is that
Yeah.
the rumors?
well, he's not. He just thinks he's done enough.
Yeah.
5 is enough. They're grueling. They're grueling to make those
Oh,
movies.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got one here. This is kind of cool for all you Sopranos fans out there. The Many Saints of Newark, which has been, I think it's been in the can for friggin' ever.
Yeah.
And they just have not put it out yet. It's a movie prequel to the Sopranos clan. It was originally set for this past September 2020. It was then moved to this coming March 21. And now, just like so many other movies like Quiet Place 2 and No Time to Die,
Yeah.
it's being moved to fall 21. So now we're looking to see that September 24th, 2021. They want to put it on the big screens.
Yeah.
Joe.
And you know what? I'd be willing to bet money that come late spring, early summer, that you're going to see a lot of these movies be pushed to 2022. I'm betting it.
Not if people get vaccinated up and
I guess.
and this damn COVID goes away, then no. I think the theaters will reopen and these people get their money.
They're making these decisions so early.
They really are. I mean, who knows? We have no idea what's coming. We don't know.
I guess you really got to plan for people to get back in. A movie theater is very close proximity.
Yeah, but I think they're not believing that everyone's going to get vaccinated and this is going to go away by April. So that's why these things are being pushed to fall.
That's aggressive.
Anyway, that this is a prequel movie to The Sopranos. It's about, I think it takes place in the 60s, about how they kind of all got together, the mob, the older folks.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting about this is that Michael Gandolfini, the son who played Tony Soprano, he's playing a young Tony Soprano.
I'm liking this.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about it. Has he acted before? I assume he's got something.
I kind of hope that, I think he does, but he has an amazing resemblance to his father, who James Gandolfini passed away a few years ago. So he obviously can't be involved in this, but his son will carry on the tradition.
I think that's what's going to make that so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And this is we did say this is a film. This is not a series.
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah, that's why they're waiting for theaters to open, because they want to put it out there big.
We got some Mandalorian news. Everyone's favorite new show.
Yeah.
We have learned that the third installment to The Mandalorian is scheduled to begin filming April 5th.
Cool.
And so I subscribe to a lot of Facebook groups and some internet blogs and stuff, and I kind of did my own little sleuthing.
Yeah.
When can we expect to see season 3? And here is what I found. So the Disney executives have confirmed that the third season of The Mandalorian won't premiere until after the first season of the new series, The Book of Boba Fett. And
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Yeah.
See,
Get with it, Star Wars unlover.
I just like to watch Star Wars. I don't keep up with the story.
You don't know. You can't pick all the characters out in a lineup.
Oh God, no. And so with that, the Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
What is wrong with you?
is scheduled to premiere December of this year.
Okay.
Meaning that we won't likely get a Mandalorian until at least spring 2022, because you know how Disney likes to do it. It's one a week.
Yeah.
So we're looking at spring.
Well, here's the thing about this: The Mandalorian is not just your every average day production.
No, the production is
like
awesome.
We've said so many times in the past. Each episode is like a little movie.
Yeah.
So they can't just throw them together. It takes a lot of time pre-planning before they even start filming.
Yeah.
And then there's got to be tons and tons of post-production with all the sci-fi stuff. And
I tell you, the show
CGI.
The show just for the closing artwork is worth it.
Yes.
I wish someone could just kind of put a collection of them together, set with the music. It's just it's really cool.
There's a book. You can buy the book.
That has those
all the art,
because that's it's not art. They're like storyboards that have been kind of
well
put
done.
together. Yeah.
All right. So no Mandalorian in 2021. We also don't know if the child Grogu is going to be back in the third season. I mean, he's gone off to do other things. So Who knows?
I'm guessing probably not, and maybe we'll see him later. When he grows up and gets all of his fancy new skills,
Right.
that he's going to learn from the who we won't mention
Yeah,
yet.
no spoilers. No
I
spoilers.
know, right?
What else do we got?
Yeah, continuing on with the sci-fi, HBO is in talks for a new Harry Potter series. I got this from the Hollywood Reporter, who revealed Tuesday that the streamer HBO is extremely early stages
They would love to have this.
of the project.
It would be huge, Dale. Not sci-fi, it's fantasy.
Science fantasy. Yeah, I would love it. I wasn't a huge fan of the movies. I found it weird, but I think a series I can get into.
Right.
Like Star Wars are just long, and I don't really know what's going on, and sometimes I don't understand what they're saying because of their accents. I could dig this.
However, there's someone who's reluctant.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling is very reluctant to the idea of quote unquote returning to Hogwarts, as she says it. But let's not forget, HBO Max is also working on a Game of Thrones series, House of the Dragon, and that's going to tell the story of the House Targaryen.
Yeah.
Where we got the mother of dragons, Daenerys Targaryen.
Right,
I'm excited about that
This is
one.
another prequel series. This is going to go way, way back. Like, I think they said, like...
I think it's 300 years.
Right, before the timeline of Game of Thrones.
Before what we saw. Yeah.
Fine with me. I mean, I don't care. I mean, we can't have any of those same characters anymore.
We watched that all the way through. I loved
It was one of the best.
Loved that.
It was one of the best series of all time.
Yeah, so
yeah. I'm
more excited about this than I am the Harry Potter.
Me too. If we didn't have so much new content to watch all the time, I would totally go back and watch House of Cards.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd watch that too.
Oh my god.
I would totally go back and watch Game of Thrones.
Don't get me started on House of Cards. Man, they ruined a good series. They ruined it. Well, they kind of didn't have a choice in some respects.
Every season was a little worse than the one before it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, there is a new version of Palm Springs, the movie that we really liked. This was a Hulu movie. This is starring Andy Samberg, who I love this movie.
Yeah.
It was kind of a Groundhog Day type movie where the same day plays over and over and over again, and they try very hard to get them out.
Right.
And only about 3 people in the movie know it's happening. Everyone else has no clue.
Right.
It takes place like at a wedding. It's a really interesting movie. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it's well worth it. I think everyone would enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's very dry humor.
Yeah, but this new version includes commentary from Niles and Sarah, who are played by Andy Samberg, and I'm going to screw this up, Kristen Milioti. I think that's how you say her name.
Who knows?
And there's also going to be a new cut of the film. So even if you've already watched the original, you can watch this one and get a little something different.
I would totally watch it again. I really enjoyed that movie.
It was fun.
I thought it was super fun.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'm not a big, I didn't like Andy Samberg on that police show. I just think his comedy is just too much, but he's good in this. I like it.
He's very good in this.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
We got some new show announcements, and I'm a little excited about this. The Snoopy Show, a new series from Apple TV, will premiere February 5th. This is the second series from Apple TV Plus since Apple got the rights to the Peanuts.
Yeah.
So the first one was Snoopy in Space.
Snoopy in Space, yeah, which is super cute. But, oh man, this looks really, really, really cute.
Yeah.
The animation is so good. The voices are spot on. I don't know how they keep finding these kids to do the voices generation after generation.
I know.
Because they all sound like they've always sounded.
And the thing is, if you look at this new series and then you look back at the old ones, the animation is better, but the flat kind of old school animation, it's not the new,
still there.
It's not the new school animation.
Right.
It's true to its roots, but it's a little slicker and easier to get behind.
Definitely
and
slicker.
watch.
Definitely slicker. I think it's computer generated. I don't know that for sure. I mean, I don't think they're hand drawing all
You
this
don't think
stuff.
they're drawing it?
I don't know. I can totally go find out and report back to you next week. But yeah, I think it looks great. It looks really fun.
Yeah.
They've got some great adventures, and it's probably not as depressing as the original cartoons, the specials that we.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about that before. All the Christmas one is depressing. The Thanksgiving one is depressing.
I just find them hard to watch.
Yeah, this is different. This is going to be very fun and exciting.
Because even the talking in the old school Peanuts shows, there's like these weird pauses, and it's not.
It was very slow.
It's very like someone's literally, you can hear it reading
Yeah.
from a script, and this is more conversational and more talking.
It's gonna be cute.
Easier to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that comes out February 5th.
February 5th. Yeah.
February 5th.
On Apple TV Plus. And we just spoke about Palm Springs. The Map of Tiny Perfect Things from Amazon Prime coming February 12th. So
this is a movie.
This is a new film from them. If this sounds familiar, then,
It's the same story, basically.
it's pretty much the same story. So it follows a character named Mark who is living in this endless loop, and he knows it, right? Just like Palm Springs.
Same day, over and over and over again.
He meets another character, Margaret, and she's the only other person to seemingly know about this loop. And of course, they fall in love, and they try to figure out and determine if they want to get out of this loop.
Right.
So, it's like Palm Springs meets 50 First Dates / coming of age story.
Right. And a little Groundhog Day in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Except he was the only one that knew what was happening on that. The Map of Tiny Pretty Things.
Perfect Things.
Perfect Things. Damn it, all these titles.
I know.
Couldn't it just be called Same Day over and over?
Great.
It's super cute. It looks really great, guys. I watched the trailer. We'll put the trailer up in our show notes. You guys got to check it out. It looks really cute.
Yeah,
it looks well done.
I like it. I'll watch it. It's on my list.
And who doesn't have an Amazon Prime? Right? Everyone in the whole country does. So you guys can watch this movie. It's out February 12th, right in time for Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Perfect. Here we go.
If you don't know this next one, then you certainly have staying at home and living under a rock for COVID to the extreme. Godzilla versus Kong. New film coming out to HBO on March 26th. This is another one from their slate of films that's going to be released in theaters and same day on the streamer.
Yeah, so you can go watch it on the big screen or you can watch it at home.
This was originally set for last year, November, pushed to May of this year, and now they've pulled it back for a March 26th debut.
So very weird.
It's very weird.
There's all these movements. I wonder why they decided to push it out sooner.
I suspect, so this was set for 2020. Of course, it didn't come out because everything was closed. So they pushed it to May 21, probably hoping that theaters would be open by then. But between that time frame and the May 21st time frame was when Warner Brothers announced the dual release.
Right.
So I suspect there was then why wait?
Right. So they had to fill all these holes.
So now that's why I believe that it got pulled back.
Yeah.
They released their trailer on Monday. My God, I was on YouTube. It's millions and millions and millions of views within the first few hours after.
The CGI in this is absolutely incredible, guys.
Pretty amazing.
To see these two fight each other is something else.
Yeah.
It's literally not my kind of thing, but I probably, if it was on and I just happened to be walking through the room, I'd probably sit down and watch some of it. But
yeah. And here's my theory. Godzilla versus Kong, I believe will wrestle around for a little bit, but I bet there's going to be a third enemy that those two are going to have in common,
right? And
then they just kind of go away. So everyone's a winner, whoever you're rooting for. I mean,
look at the
in
price.
The United States, you got to root for King Kong, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Look at the price tag on this, though.
Well, I know Netflix. Just a little factoid is Netflix made a bid for this film last year for $225 million. They
didn't get it though.
They didn't get it.
So HBO and Warner Brothers kept it for themselves.
Yeah.
This one has some good people in it, though.
Yeah.
Alexander Skarsgård is in it. He used to be in True Blood. He's done a lot of stuff recently, too. And Millie Bobby Brown.
Stranger Things.
Right.
That's what, yeah.
So
the waffle. The Lego My Eggo, the Eggo girl.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of great people in this. Some surprising faces, too.
Yeah.
Just seeing the big ship with Kong tied up on the back and going out to sea. I guess he was drugged or something. It's just kind of something interesting to see. It looks interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that movie that we were just watching the other day, Battleship.
Right.
It's kind of those crazy, over-the-top movies.
And that Battleship, it was on, I think it was on last week. It's one of those movies that if I'm scrolling and it's on, I watch.
Right. Yeah, no, you wouldn't go out of your way to watch it.
I've seen it. So, I wouldn't go and my library and turn it on. If it's on, I watch it.
And I wouldn't go to the movie theater to see Godzilla versus Kong. But if it happens to show up on our TV, I'll watch it.
Yeah. The same thing is going to happen. That happened with Wonder Woman, is that you're going to get a 30 to 31 days to watch it, and then you're going to
go away.
And you're going to have to rent it on a VOD service.
Right, which is what, if you guys want to watch Wonder Woman 1984 now, you got to pay for it.
Yeah, you got to rent it from iTunes, or you're going to buy it for your library. I think it's a good deal.
Yeah, until next year, and then it'll be back on HBO for
exactly.
free. So you can wait, trust me.
All right, just one last thing before we go. We put together this kind of like a thing you should watch, your weekend watch list. We picked 3. First one is WandaVision episode 4, coming out today. Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Your Honor. Remember, I said last week that you got the first 7. So this is so you've binged all of those, and you had to wait a whole extra week for this next one. So episode 8 will drop this Sunday on Showtime.
And it's the last one.
Such a great show.
We need to get caught up.
I know. We're a few episodes.
We've seen 6. I think we've got to watch 7 and 8 now.
Yeah, we're just a handful behind.
Well, let's watch them both on Sunday and make it like a movie.
I like the idea.
Okay.
And you're excited about this.
I'm very excited.
You're excited about this. Chip and Joanna Gaines are back with Fixer Upper. Their new show, Fixer Upper Welcome Home, premieres on Discovery Plus. And I don't have the date. I believe it's today.
It's today. Yeah, it is today.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very excited about this because I've missed them. We still watch all the reruns and stuff. And
I mean, what a great story they have from 2 people who just did Fixer Upper, and now they have this own network and Magnolia brands.
It's so cool.
It's perfect. I love it. Anyway, that's episode 4. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Binge Bump Podcast. Of course, join us on Facebook and Twitter. Let's keep the conversation going. If you like our show, be sure to rate us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Happy binging. We got some new segments next week, too. So we'll look forward to seeing you then.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Binge Bum Podcast. For more about what you just heard, locate the show notes at bingebum.com.